Hey everybody, Brian here. In this video I want to show you this car here. This is a 2021 and this is a Honda HRV, and this one is a 1.5 petrol manual and it's what's called the ES spec. This is a really nice car, really nice condition, and a nice low mileage example with approximately 15,000 kilometers. If there is any information you want on this car, Brian is my name, 086 843 1945. Give me a shout if you want information on the car, trading in your car, financing, whatever it is. And then we are Fitzpatrick's Garage. It's a family run business in operation for over 70 years. So anyway, what we're going to do in the video, we'll have a look around some of the features I like on the outside of the car, and we're going to go for a drive in the car, and we'll have a look around the features on the inside. So stuff I like on these cars, these later generations of these HRVs came with nice daytime running light along there, which looks really smart. And they also got LEDs as well for things like the indicators, as well as the full and the dipped headlights. So there's excellent light, but they're really kind of classy and upmarket looking. I really like them. HRVs then from 2019. So one thing on HRVs, they were made in Mexico from 2016 up as far as 2000 and early 19, and then from later part of 19 they became Japanese. The Japanese ones always have this, not always, but just in the versions that came to Ireland, they had this solid wing face in the front, which is like this big chrome grille along the front. So that's how you know the difference between them in Ireland. Fog lights down through here. They always came with this nice black splitter along the front that just made the bumper a little bit sportier and lower to the ground. From about mid or late 2019 they started coming with a diamond cut finish wheel, which meant it was a nice shiny reflective finish with the black inserts which hide all the brake dust. Down the side of the car then, a HRV was always a car that had one door handle. So the idea was that it's sportier looking because it's more like a 3-door with the second door handle recessed up through there. We'll have a better look around that in a sec. On the rear then you have these little individual LEDs for the taillights, and then as an ES model you'll have tinted rear glass, and then parking sensors are going to be standard on the rear, and parking sensors are going to be standard on the front of the car as well. And there's a camera then we'll have a look at when we get inside the car. Of course this is quite a new car, so you'd expect it to be super tidy, and it is throughout, and it's a really nice kind of dark blue colour as well. So at a glance sometimes people think it's like a black, but it's more like a dark blue. The key has some functionality, so basically if you lock the car there's follow me home lights which stay on, and then after about maybe 20 seconds or something like that they'll turn off themselves. And when you come back out to the car, if you unlock, the lights will turn back on. And then they'll also control things like the windows if you want, or similarly you can lock the windows as well as the wing mirrors by using the key. So that's pretty useful as well. After that then, one thing about these cars is the deceptive space. So like if you look at something like a Hyundai Tucson or something like that, that's a bigger car. A Hyundai Kona is a smaller car. This probably, you know, fits in between. But the boot is really big on these, really big, and then underneath there's even more storage, where sometimes traditionally you'd have a spare wheel. They don't include them anymore, so you've quite a lot of storage inside that. From 2019 onwards they got a hard parcel shelf. Before it was a more flexible one, which some people didn't like, so that hard one is a little bit better I think, and that's completely removable, so you can just take this off and then you can actually pull out the parcel shelf. And when you do, you get this massive load area in the rear of the vehicle. And a lot of people that buy these, sometimes you know, lifestyle is in there, into the outdoors and things like that, so they find that really useful. And see the way it folds flat, so when you're folding these, the seat, it actually collapses at the bottom and drops down. That's kind of hard to get in a lot of modern cars. These seats are what's called magic seats, and the reason for that is they have some flexibility. To have this like tall mode, so you just lift it, lock it, you can do that on both sides, and then you have any kind of tall objects you want sitting in the car. It's really useful for that kind of stuff. Another feature, kind of consequently because of that magic seat setup, is that you can recline, you can recline the seats as well, so they move a little bit backwards, which just makes them a little bit more comfortable when you're sitting. There is a strange amount of leg room in the back of these cars, I always say it. So this car, weirdly enough, you wouldn't think it'd be a good thing, but it's built on the Jazz platform, which is a smaller car, but the leg room is just ridiculous. Almost more so than some of the bigger cars. Like when this car was out, we also had a Tucson. I actually almost believe this car feels like there's more legroom in the back. It's weird. Granted, this car is narrower. It's okay for 5 people, but it's more comfortable when there's 4 people in the car. Up here, there's nice LED lighting, which is on the rear and also on the front. And then the materials, silver outlines around the speakers. There is leather along this door panel armrest along here. Electric through windows, child locks over there. Again, more chrome around here, and chrome door handle too. For anyone that's got kids getting bigger sitting in the back of the car, I have to say the legroom is really second to none in that segment. Electric through windows and mirrors over through here. And then I'm just starting the car from a key down through there. Parking sensor front and rear, we saw lane departure warning, which warns you if you drift out of your lane. The eco function, all it's going to do is reduce how aggressive the cruise control and the air conditioner is, and the throttle response in favour of fuel efficiency. Armrest, storage, deep drinks holders or shallow drinks holders. Automatic handbrake, brake hold, which stops you rolling backwards or forwards when you depress the brake pedal. I can show you that better when you're using it. Gearbox is lovely. You'll see when we drive the car, it's a really super nice gearbox. I like where it is, but I also like the kind of mechanical feel and the precision that comes with it as well. Heating controls, dual zone, different temperatures on each side of the car. Front and rear windscreen demisters. The rear window is actually demisted from here, obviously. But when you press that button, it also demists the wing mirrors now, to be fair. Pretty much every car has that, but a lot of people don't seem to realise it. Wipers are automatic, so they come on when it rains. Lights are automatic, so they come on when it gets dark. And they also dip by themselves when they meet traffic. I've got cruise control if I want to set my speed and take my foot off the pedal while I'm driving. Bluetooth is down through there, and radio controls up through here. And then trip information is displayed down through here, average speed, fuel efficiency, how much fuel is left in the tank, and also things like speed sign recognition. When it drives past a speed sign, it'll actually warn you, and you can set a speed limiter to respect those speed signs, so that's really useful. We talked about the sensors. We also have the camera that you see there. In through there then there's going to be Garmin navigation, things like, you know, phone and Bluetooth, and you can stream music and things like that. And weirdly enough, you still get the odd person that likes a CD player, so it's got to be one of the last ones that have a CD player. In through here there is USB 12 volt HDMI if you want to play video, and another USB connector in through there, and a little bit of storage down through there as well. We'll go for a quick drive in the car. So I'll set up the map, even though I absolutely don't need it, but I always like to have a map going. What I find basically, the people that buy these cars, a lot of them generally actually have Hondas already. So sometimes they're coming out of Civics or Jazzes, or maybe they have HRV already. I suppose the target kind of, the person that's going to look for a car like this, I want something higher off the ground, but I also want something that is not big and bulky. So I want a kind of medium hatchback sized car, but that's, you know, got a more elevated driving position. And sitting in a car like this, you get a nice elevated driving position. So it's something that I want, a high driving position, but something that's pretty nimble. So for example, a car like this, in terms of even like kind of doing a 3-point turn or something like that, we'll just have a look here in a sec. It is an SUV, it is high off the ground, but visibility is good, and it's easy to do something like a quick 3-point turn. Yes, we have front and rear park sensors, yes, you have a camera, but the visibility all around is good, and it's just not a big bulky car. It's easy to maneuver. I really like driving these cars. One of the things I like about them, this won't be for everyone, so a lot of people will get into it and go, I drove something else and it was much more quiet and refined or whatever. This is more, if you like driving, I think this is a car that I get enjoyment out of driving these. I love the gear change. I like the fact that it's a simple older style engine. It's non-turbo, it's not a complex engine, and that's one great thing about it. Is a lot of modern cars, they're so complex now. Its reliability has kind of taken a bit of a back seat. On these kind of cars, they're a bit more simple and straightforward, and it's really infrequent that you get trouble with them, and that's one of the things I really like about the likes of these Honda HRVs. So it drives good. Anyway, I'd like to present to you, this is a really nice example. If there's any information I've missed and you're watching on YouTube or something like that, let me know and I'll do my best to answer in the comment section. Or if you're in Ireland and you're thinking about coming to buy this car, hopefully this has given you a better idea of what the car is about. Like they're saying to you, if you're coming to buy it, call, text, WhatsApp, and I'll be happy to run through information on this car or financing or trading in your old car. Anyway, hopefully the video is useful. Thanks a million for watching.